Nigeria has set a net zero target of 2060 to effectively transit to a green economy as part of its efforts to reduce global warming and tackle climate change. While the federal government has highlighted several activities earmarked to mitigate the effects of climate on citizens, our correspondent, Marvelous Obomanu, reviews current efforts put in place by government.
Under the United Nations Convention on Climate Change, which Nigeria is a signatory to, countries are required to design a national contribution and implementation strategy to address the issue of climate change, with the world setting a target to limit global warming within the range of about 1.5 degrees centigrade. It is expected that Nigeria will prioritize and earmark projects that help reduce emissions in the country. At the end of COP26, Nigeria prepared and submitted its net zero target of 2060, which saw the coming on board of the Climate Change Act of 2021 that provides the legal framework for the implementation, coordination, and regulation of every climate action activities in the country.
We know that the World Bank also has an initiative to stop flaring because of the people living close by an oil well and of course of the global warming.
WHO says that the woman cooks with firewood morning, afternoon and night. It's like that woman is smoking 20 sticks of cigarettes in a day. You can imagine if somebody is smoking 20 sticks of cigarettes in a day. So that's the kind of risk that people are exposed to when they cook with firewood.
Experts say Nigeria's energy and domestic sector have contributed to the current climate crisis being witnessed in the country.
Emissions from energy sector account for about 60% of the total greenhouse gas emission according to the Nigerian Reverse NDC 2021. Nigeria's domestic sector contributes over 50% of national total emissions of greenhouse gases, and how we produce and use energy is the main cause of climate crisis.
Nigeria's government has set up the National Council on Climate Change to oversee those working within the thematic areas of climate change. Also, efforts like the transition to green energy, implementation of the Petroleum Industry Bill designed to end gas flaring by 2030, adoption of climate-smart agriculture, and the increased planting of trees have all been earmarked as a national approach to tackle climate change.
Now we have, as Bornemann, we have invented a product which is actually, the technology is already rather old, but we optimize it that we can stop the flaring. We can boost the whole flow to your central facility. And that is a good point. So in this way, you don't need to flare off gas near your oil well.
Our stoves help you reduce except for our charcoal and wood, you use half of what you normally use. For charcoal example, 50% less. That saves your money. And you can use that money saved to do other things. It also reduces the carbon emissions by over 65%.
Everybody has something to do. Just keeping our environment clean, ensuring that you plant trees and live in Kaduna. And each time I drive between Kaduna and Abuja, or between Kaduna and Kafanchan, and I see the level, the way trees have been destroyed and cut off, I mean, it's alarming.
We incorporate climate-smart agricultural practices in our interventions. So we train our beneficiaries how to produce organic NPK fertilizer, organic urea fertilizer.
Marvelous Obomanu reporting for News Central.